Hello everyone, this is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands, and today we're taking a look at a really cool Takamine classical guitar. We don't do those a lot on the channel, but this is a really fantastic looking and sounding and playing Takamine TH5C classical acoustic electric guitar, because we've got this really big preamp over here that is very high end, and it is a really high-end guitar made by Takamine, really kind of like a top-of-the-line type of classical model of theirs, with some really impressive specs. So let's dive into those. So this is obviously a classical guitar, so a nylon string guitar with an all solid wood construction. We've got a solid cedar top, which is quite common to see on classical guitars. Then we've got solid rosewood back and sides, and these are really beautiful looking, and it is obviously also done in this high gloss finish, so it feels and looks very high end, which this guitar definitely is. We've got also this really cool binding going on, kind of like these yellow binding strips going around the top, and then also then on the sides, as well as on the back and the back strip. And then we've got a very classy looking rosette, which is also very common to see on classical guitars. That you have this really fancy and ornate rosette. We've got this really big preamp over here with a lot of dips and switches and lots of bells and whistles. I will put a little photo over here or something like that, so that you can take a look at that yourself. But we have got a ton of features. So you've got a 3-band EQ control for your lows, mids and highs. We've got a built-in tuner, got a pitch control, and then we've got this aux PU. Got a notch filter. You can then also adjust the mid frequencies, as in that, do you want it to be like a low mid EQ control or like a high mid EQ control, and obviously then also a volume and more things. So yeah, very high end and with a lot of features again. And then you've got your input jack over here at your end pin. We have got a mahogany neck with your fingerboard that is made out of ebony, as well as your bridge, and then you've got a bone saddle in that bridge right there. As for the profile, this is obviously a classical style of guitar, so you've got a really wide neck. I'm guessing that this is like 2 inches, which is quite normal to see on classical style of, which is very common to see on classical style of guitars. But the profile is then like also very wide feeling, as in that it is really just like a D shape. If you have like the capital D, that is really how this neck feels. So I am guessing that if you are indeed a classical player, that this type of neck is super comfortable for you. But for me, not playing classical, this is quite unusual when it comes to the feel, but it does play really well. Then again, the fingerboard is made out of ebony. We've got no markers or anything like that, which is also not very unusual on classical style of guitars. Got a bone nut, and then a slotted headstock, obviously this being a classical guitar, with a really beautiful rosewood headstock overlay. And then we've got these really fancy looking golden classical style tuners with some pearloid tips. And then the last thing to mention, this guitar also comes with a really cool, like a hard case. It is not a hard shell case as in that, as like most of us know, but it is kind of like a hard gig bag almost, as in that you can wear it on your back, but it is super sturdy, as in that it is made up of this very hard material on the inside, so it basically protects just like a hard shell case does, but it isn't as heavy because it is not made out of wood. It's made out of a different type of material, which is very light, and you can then wear it on your back, and it closes up with a zipper. You then also have like a pouch on the front. So a very handy style of gig bag, and again, very well protective. And yeah, this is a really interesting and a very fantastic sounding and playing classical Takamine made in Japan guitar, which is like, again, kind of like the higher end line for Takamine classical guitars, because this is, I forgot to mention that, but this is of the Hirade line, which I've actually covered a Hirade made Takamine on the channel before, and that was also a very, very high quality classical Takamine guitar. So I'm guessing that this line is just really like at the top, because again, built, sounds and plays really, really well. So yeah, really fantastic classical Takamine guitar. So let's hear what sounds like it. But first, if you're interested in this Takamine TH5C classical guitar, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of beautiful acoustics like these, or cool electric guitars, bass guitars even, all of that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and to follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's hear what this Takamine TH5C classical guitar sounds like. I'm going to be playing you some finger style and also then some chords, so that you can get a good impression of what this really beautiful Takamine classical guitar sounds like. So let's get to that part and take it for a spin.